Welcome back to the Dragon Den. All my loyal Dragonites, King of Dragons 5000 is back with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Medicom Toys Mafex Cyborg from Zack Snyder's Justice League. But before we have a look at the figure, let's take a look at today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is brought to you by the Jewel Gallery. Jewel Gallery, home to the largest selection of jewelry in the Southwest. Rings, necklaces, pendants, and other fine jewelry. Jewel Gallery is also the home of the one and only Jewelgram. So come in and find your fit at the Jewel Gallery, where it's all about the ring. Cyborg here is looking really shiny here in his new figure form. However, let's take a look at his accessories before we have a look at his details. Cyborg comes with 3 really awesome head sculpts, several sets of hands for style posing, 2 sonic cannons and a sonic cannon with a missile in it, his second pair of arms, his shield, as well as a mother box. So Cyborg comes with a healthy set of accessories. So with that out of the way, let's finally take a look at Cyborg. Cyborg here is a really nice looking figure, and if you are wondering, yes, he is almost 100% reuse at that original Justice League Cyborg. There are some tweaks to the mold, but for the most part the mold itself is the exact same. Taking a look at Cyborg's head, they did a really good job with the face sculpt of this figure. It looks just like the actor. A nice little detail, you can see the white iris in the red eye on his left side, and the blue is done really nice on his forehead. The silvers on Cyborg look fantastic. All throughout the figure, it looks amazing. And on his helmeted head, there's a lot of nice detail on it. You can see the prismatic form that does form around his head, and it looks nice, especially the way it captures the light. Taking a look at his torso, they did a really good job sculpting it. You can see all the designs on it which look amazing, and he does have the red light in his chest. On the sides of his body you can see some hints of that red light, which is really good, and it is really clean on each part. And then on his back we do have his inorganic spine, which looks really nice, and I love the way the shoulder blades look. His arms continue that prismatic look which captures the light beautifully. The way it reflects looks good, and there is some wiring on his elbows. His forearms are also done in that same style, where we do have the light reflecting on each of the prism, which gives it an amazing look. And as you would expect, that does continue onto his thighs, where we once again have that prismatic metallic look. Because of how shiny the silver is, this figure does a really good job of capturing the light and reflecting it really good. Just like with his elbows, there is some wiring on his knees which look really nice. Where his calf muscles would be, continue that prismatic look, and then his ankles are a little more mechanical. But his feet are done really nicely. They're captured in that same silver paint, and just like with the original figure, these feet are die-cast. Because Cyborg has die-cast feet, it does give this figure a little bit of weight. But overall, the details here on Cyborg are superb, and they are perfect to what we saw on screen. With his details out of the way, let's finally compare him to our usual suspects. Here's Cyborg posed next to the Marvel Legends Cyclops and the DC Multiverse Superman. Mattel's WWE Elite Series and Mezco's 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. The Lightning Collection White Ranger and the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we have him posed next to the original Mafex Justice League Cyborg. So Cyborg stacks up nicely to other figures you own, and he does have a much more vibrant silver paint job. With the comparisons out of the way, let's move on to his articulation. Cyborg has a double ball joint in the head and neck, ball socket shoulders, arms go out to the side and do a full 360, bicep swivel and single bend in the elbow, ball hinge in his wrist, double ball joint in his upper torso and ball jointed lower torso, ball hinge hips go forward, back, out to the side, and have a thigh swivel, single bend in his knee, ball joint in his ankle, and a slight toe hinge. So overall, the articulation works for Cyborg. So with everything said and done, let's get him posed for my final thoughts. The Zack Snyder's Justice League Cyborg is a great addition to your Mafex collection. The inclusion of some new accessories does make this figure much better than that original release. Add to it being several years after that original figure, the quality of this figure is much better. The plastics on this figure feel a little more sturdy, and the joints are all really nice and tight. The paint job on this figure is also much better than that original Cyborg. The original one was a dark silver, this one is a much more vibrant silver. Add to it the face paint on this figure does a better job capturing the likeness of Ray Fisher, so overall, if you have that original figure, I would definitely invest in this new one. The added accessory of the extra arms gives Cyborg a really nice shelf presence. And if you're like me, Cyborg was one of your favorite parts of the Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now, Cyborg is starting to hit stores at the time I'm making this video. I got mine from Hobby Link Japan for about $70. He is starting to show up in stock on sites like Big Bad Toy Store, so I would really recommend getting this Cyborg even if you passed on that original figure. Really happy to own the Zack Snyder's Justice League Cyborg in my collection, and I'm really looking forward to the other figures from this movie. Before we wrap up this video, I want to take a moment to thank the Jewel Gallery for once again sponsoring this video. And as always, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out all my other Mafex videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, and other goodies, and ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my fellow Dragonites, coming from the Dragon Den, I'm KingofDragons 5000, telling you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.